that we send a nurse in to get a client trying to get them protected, over 50% of the time they either get declined or rated up. So let's be in the business of mortgage protection to actually get our clients approved, get them protected, versus just getting them a life insurance policy that they're going to be either rated or declined by. Good question, Lynn. The 1.4 apps that I write in every home, or at least what I've averaged, is the times that I sit down with a mom and a dad, I'm writing 2 applications. The times that I sit down with just a single, 1 application. The times that I write children's applications, accidental applications, simplified issue term in my home, in the homes that I'm sitting in, that's how I get to 1.4 application per home. That even includes the times that I don't write a single application. So that's 1.4 application every home that I sit with, and it's nothing special, guys. Don't think I'm trying to say, wow, look at me. I'm saying that you guys have blinders on if you're not doing that, because we need to be writing a simplified issue term on the mom, simplified issue term on the dad. Everyone could use an accidental. It's the least expensive way to get your clients approved. It's guaranteed issue, and it'll take them to age 80. So that accidental is just a very, very nice add-on for you, but more importantly, it's good business for your client. If you're missing those children applications, those are extremely easy to write. Don't allow a $5 a month application to put $10,000 on a baby. Stop your client from thinking, oh, I don't want to, that's bad karma to put an application on my child. It's ridiculous for them to think that way. I've got a very large policy on my daughter, and actually an IUL that she'll be able to keep throughout the rest of her life, that we're putting in $75 a month for her. So don't lose those sales. If somebody's really looking for something, Gerber's okay. It's ridiculous if you're trying to do a college plan, because anyhow, we won't go down that route. So that's my 1.4. You see what mortgage protection is not. The easiest thing to say is it's not private mortgage protection. It is simply simplified issue term written on somebody who has a mortgage event and they're asking you for help. So much of this business, won't go much into this slide other than to say it is incredible to just get your stinking thinking out of your mind. Don't think about, well, it's going to be 15% higher. When I hear an agent say it's going to be 15% higher on the simplified issue term, or even 50% higher, I see that agent as being 15% lazier or 50% lazier because they don't want to do what's best in their client's benefit. You heard the statistics, they're going to get either rated or declined. Now you've blackballed them for the next 10 years. Every time any insurance agent looks at their medical information bureau for the next 10 years, they're going to see that they were declined by an insurance company or they were rated. Don't do that to your clients. Think on their behalf. Find something that's affordable for them, and they'll bless you for not having to get stuck by a needle. But that's the mindset. Lead companies are out there. I've misplaced ours. The premier lead company that you guys have at your disposal is through Gordon Marketing, through Insurance Star, with Alex and Patrick. They will be able to help you get not only to our lead system, but also to be able to get contracted. So make sure that from here, if I'm saying anything, sharing anything that you're the least bit interested in and saying, wow, that sounds kind of intriguing, then follow up with Alex and Patrick. Real simply, stop making the phone your enemy. When you get a lead, oh my goodness, make sure that you call it. That person is indebted to you. They're asking you to help them. So many of these forms that I get back, these responders, they'll put their home number, their cell number, their work number. They'll put the time to call them, and shame on you and me if we're not just making that simple phone call and saying, hey, yeah, I'm following up on the letter that you sent back. I'm coming out to help you get this basic information. You're not trying to get them even protected. You're out there just to bring them information. Make that as a critical difference when you're setting up these appointments. Yep, I'm the one that's going to be able to sell you this mortgage protection. You know better than that. Keep it simple. Fall in love with the basics. Simple is, I'm just the one following up with you on this letter you sent to me. I'm here to get you the information. What does it look like 3 o'clock tomorrow for me to sit down with you and Mr. Smith? Real simple, for simple term, for simple income that will knock your socks off. There are going to be objections out there, even though they may say the day that we receive your lead, the day that Alex and Patrick receives a lead back in the area that you say, hey, I'd like to run leads in this area, you will receive it in your email that day or the next day. And it is something that was mailed to us the day before. So that means that the client mailed it 2 days before that. So we're talking about maybe 5 days. So that first one really doesn't apply unless they're kind of already senile. Well, I don't remember sending any information. I don't get that one. That's more for age leads, which we can talk about at a different time. But we also have, a route for you to make a very small step in getting into the mortgage protection lead system, where you can purchase leads that have been sold and they're 3, 4, 5, 6 months old. I find most of the time the agent was, again, I'm putting myself right in there because I'm right there with you guys. They were too lazy to call. They were too lazy to say, wait a minute, I can't just call in the morning. I got to call in the afternoon. I got to call in the evening because this person's not answering the phone. And wait a minute, they're not even answering during the week. So let me try to call them on a Saturday. A lead is active until it's resolved. And it's resolved either by you've contacted them, you could not set the appointment, or you've contacted them, you set the appointment, you set and sold it. Now that lead's resolved. I'm too busy. I already have insurance. We can go into with another webinar if you guys deem it as beneficial. Actually, you will hear these things on my webinars I do every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So you will have access to my webinars every Tuesday, 11 a.m., and my conference calls every Friday at 11 a.m. Every Friday, I feature an agent who's making it happen. Last week, we had Josh Sivak on that runs mortgage protection leads 2 to 3 days a week, and he made $200,000 last year writing simplified issue term. Let that soak in, guys. Tomorrow we have Stan Targos on. I wanted you to knock off the socks of, to let people hear just the potential of what is in our business. Stan does more business with IULs and annuities, but with his experience and his love for not only for as I do with my personal walk with Jesus Christ. I think if you have one, that's going to help you become more better in the field. But that to the side, you'll hear the love coming through Stan's voice and his passion for this business. You can just bottle that up and just take a part of that. You will be incredibly successful in this business. Don't just think of a lead as your prospect. Keep your eyes open. Look about referrals. Make sure that you're going into your natural market. Make sure you're looking to develop stallions for, those CPAs, those mortgage brokers out there. Oh my goodness, guys, anyone like that, that's a tremendous resource for you, as well as don't be afraid to knock on a door, to be able to go and talk to your next door neighbor. If you're hungry enough, goodness, I've heard from so many agents that say they're struggling with $40,000, $50,000, and $60,000 a year of income. That's way in the past if you will submit to this business and to this system. If you will, I don't know, there's no better way to say it other than My Thursday from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock, my wife, my children, my friends know that I'm not going to answer their phone call. If an agent calls, I will answer and say, you know, this is my dial time. And because that's just that. That is the time I'm dialing to set up my Saturday appointments. And then the agent will typically say, oh, I apologize, or I forgot, or I'm in the home. I just had a quick question. That I will answer. Nothing else will I answer because that's my dial time. That's when I'm setting up time to take care of the people who have asked me to take care of them. So do that. Set a specific block of time aside. And then there's other techniques we can talk about getting people to answer the phone. Alex, absolutely. The E application is incredible. Our two focused carriers is Phoenix and Mutual of Omaha on the life side. And both of them have an incredible electronic application. You don't have to have a paper application. Your first one needs to be paper in order to be able to get you contracted. So you can go out and write an application tonight. Contact Alex and she can get you an application tonight. You can go write it on yourself, on your children, on your spouse, on a friend, on a client, and send it in. We can get you a writing number, and with that writing number, you'll be able to do an electronic application, the most efficient way to be able to get your business submitted without mistake and to get you paid the quickest. With Mutual Omaha, it is even a simpler process with the electronic application. When you're sitting with the client, with Phoenix, all they need is a mouse or your pad on your laptop or a signature block on your iPad, and they can just use a stylus and sign their name, and the application can be submitted right there while you're sitting with them right in front of the client. Think of mortgage protection more than just mortgage payoff everything protection. You guys will understand this, especially if you're writing final expense, because that's how I write mortgage payment protection or mortgage replacement, or excuse me, income replacement protection. So if I'm sitting with a 60-year-old, 65-year-old, anyone who is nearing the age of Social Security, I'm thinking not only, okay, this person may have some issues. I'm going to have to be really tight on the underwriting to make sure that they're going to get approved. That underwriting guide is your Bible. If you're writing an application on somebody who has cancer within the last 5 years, shame on you. You're not reading your Bible. You need to know that underwriting guide, but a carrier like Phoenix will go up to $500,000 simplified issue term on somebody who's from age 18 to 50. From age 51 to 80, guys, you can write on someone who's the day before they turn 81, $100,000 simplified issue term by just sitting with them right in the home, submitting the application, and getting it approved and paid on usually within 7 days. That's where the mortgage payment protection comes into it. So if I'm sitting with somebody who's that old or they've got a large mortgage that I'm going to go in and maybe just talk about a portion of that mortgage. Now, let me jump to, so that will be mortgage, not always mortgage pay off everything, but mortgage payment would be on like the 86 and 85-year-old that I sat down with. Both of them beyond simplified issue term coverage, but through Continental Insurance, Aetna, you can go up to age 90 and write what we call final expense, with what Kelly and his wife called was mortgage payment protection. For 6 mortgage payments, as I was telling the client, you'll be able to bless your bride, even though they were 62 years married, you'll be able to bless your bride with 6 mortgage payments. Their mortgage payment was like $900 a month. So I was showing him a plan for $6,000 and a plan for $12,000. You know what? No, it wasn't, because American Continental will only go up to $10,000 of coverage for an 85-year-old. So it must have been 10,000. It was $800 a month. That's it. And it was $9,600. I was showing them a plan for $9,600 or 12 monthly payments, as I was telling Kelly, or for 6 months. Anyhow, mortgage payment protection is phenomenal to be able to still help somebody with mortgage protection. Lynn's asking how long does that 80-year-old term policy last? 10 years. Wonderful question, Lynn. Thank you. 10 years, guaranteed for 10 years. And what's also awesome about that is as long as they will, it has 100% guaranteed convertibility before it's 60% of the term has been used up. So in other words, within 5 years, no matter what's happened to that 80-year-old, we can guarantee them coverage, immediate coverage, just like you do on your final expense through Phoenix or Mutual of Omaha. 6 steps to the sale. You email me at tim@gordonmarketing.com, or keep it simple and email Alex or Patrick, and they will send out to you a complete script of my 6 steps to a sale. You go through these steps. This is what I do. And I write more than 70% of the people I sit with, I write an application on them. Mindset of the in-home, simple way, our mantra, 3 basic types, a little bit of axi, a little bit of term, a little bit of perm. I love to write an accidental on every person I sit with. You understand what I'm saying about the term? You guys, of all people in the final expense world, know exactly what I mean by perm. And we're talking about simplified issue whole life. My contact information, I will do my best to take a phone call or an email. Better than that, even go back to Alex and to Patrick. Michael, definitely, I will send that to you. Any other questions, guys? I love helping agents to help clients. I actually took a little bit of a pay cut to come to Gordon a year ago, but it was a little bit more it wasn't just an altruistic move. It is for what I am building, and probably within the next 6 months, I will be surpassing. I've already surpassed what the Gordons thought we could do in this department, and I'll be surpassing what I did in income-wise on just writing business on my own in 2014 with a bigger piece of the pie. So it's not just altruistic reasons for me to do this, but what caused me to come over was what Dick Gordon, when he and Randy Pearson had approached me asking me to roll this out to our agent base here at Gordon Marketing. I said, guys, I'm making more money than what you can afford to pay me. Why would I come? And then after the 3rd meeting, it was just, okay, I'll come, but I'm done, guys. I've got to go about taking care of my own business. And that's when Dick kind of hooked me in. And he said, I hear your love for the Lord. I hear you wanting to make impact on people's lives. Don't you think you can make a bigger impact using my platform here than what you're currently doing? He stopped me in my tracks. And that hooked me, because now I am talking to hundreds of agents every week through our webinars, through emails, through cell phone calls, and I feel extremely humbled that we're making an impact in the client's life. I'm all for agents making money. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I wasn't able to make money to take care of my family. However, I hope you see a bigger purpose behind this. It's if you can find that love for the person you're sitting with, that phone becomes awfully small. So I guess this is a little bit of philosophy with Tim time. If you can actually do something a little bit more than just for the bucks will just start flowing in. I am now making more money than I ever have had in my life. And I've been a six-figure income for many years in two different positions, both in, oh, I forgot to tell you, when I did the 155,000 in 2013, I was making 135,000 in addition to that with my job, writing commercial insurance for buildings. So if you're willing to submit to a system, if you're willing to say, I want to get beyond myself and I want to bleed with my clients versus asking them to bleed, guys, wow, be ready for the blessing. You can't be. I am still not even prepared for the blessings, both financially, emotionally, physically. Guys, I hope I've said something to resonate with you. Joel, sure. Make sure you connect. I will put my email back up there. Make sure you connect how you're on this webinar, because I want to make sure to honor, it's not even, doesn't even have to be T Lankford. You can just go Tim. We've simplified it even more than that. So it's just Tim at Gordon Marketing, but make sure that you're connecting me to your agency manager, so we can make sure to be able to pour into you to help you grow with their agency as well. The longest term for ages 50 plus is 20 years, to Keisha. Actually, you know what? It may go up. Let me Yeah, I don't have access right now, but it may go up actually to age 55. I am wrong, Takesha. It does. You can go up to age 55 to for a 30-year term. Yeah, 50 plus. So 55 to 71 is take that back. From 56 to 69 is 20 years. From 70 to, you know what, I will, in the email that I will send out to you guys, I'll send this PowerPoint out to everyone. I'll verify that, because I believe it's age from 71 to 80 is the, you can only go 10 years. And from 66 to 71, before they turn 71, is 15 years. And then you can go all the way up from 55 and younger to 30 years. All right, guys. I think I've exhausted the questions there. If your Alex and Patrick are phenomenal with this as well, they'll be able to answer your questions as well. And look for our webinars and conference calls. We use the GoToWebinar, just like you connected on today, for our every Tuesday and every Friday. The same thing. We'll use the GoToWebinar for our conference call, so that you can do just what you're doing now, asking questions while we have the agent on the phone, so that we're not trying to unmute mics, and that turns into a little bit of a gag sometimes. So I really like this platform to be able to help our agents get their questions answered. Many blessings to you and your family, and I know that'll happen if you make the choice to go out and be a blessing to others. God bless you guys. Have a great day.